We all love a map at the beginning of our sci-fi fantasy books, right? And they are amazing, don't get me wrong. But one thing that infuriates me is when the map is designed like Minecraft biomes. Like why? Genuinely, why do you have these geographical locations just next to each other just for dramatic effect when it doesn't actually make geographical sense? I'm not just talking about rivers that are flowing uphill, because also that's annoying, but I feel like as a fantasy author or a sci-fi author or as an author in general, you should be able to write your books so that this makes sense, so that stuff like rivers flowing in the right direction and snow actually falling and settling in the right places, you are able to encapsulate that and you're able to actually get that across correctly in your books. But what I'm specifically talking about is especially stuff like the fantasy trope where the north is very, very snowy and the south is sunny, and then there is just this border. Like, yes, it works sometimes, but based on the geographical location of the continent on the planet. And yes, I understand that not every fantasy book or sci-fi book will have that much detail onto the themes of the planet or the themes of the solar system. But if your main continent is slap bang in the middle of the world and it's quite small and the snowy area is completely miles away from the poles of the planet, does not make sense. I'm not a geographical expert, don't get me wrong, so there's loads I'm missing, but your sunny areas, for the most part, should be near the equator, and your snowy areas should be near the poles, right? I feel like that's just basic, but when you just have a massive snowy area right in the middle of your continent, and your continent's in the middle of the planet, it just don't make sense, and it annoys me. It really does take some of the immersion away. I don't know about you guys, but for me, as an author, if you're putting out a book and you're deciding, okay, I'm going to put a map in there, it's your due diligence to actually go out and make sure the map makes sense. Because yes, whilst a lot of people look at the map and they're like, oh, that's cool, a lot of people do refer back to the map, and a lot of people do actually really, really enjoy the map. But then when you look at something and you realize that doesn't make sense, it really can ruin it, because it's the same with the writing. If they say something in the book that doesn't make sense, it kind of just really takes you out of it. All I'm saying is, look, if you are writing a book and you have a map in there, why, genuinely why, have you got a jungle, desert, snowy biome, lava biome, stuff like that? It genuinely feels like such a Minecraft map, and it feels so basic. It's annoying. You need to have this gradual fade of areas of the world so it does make geographical sense. Don't get me wrong, 99% of our favorite series do have making sense maps, so don't worry, you don't have to go through the Way of Kings, you don't have to go through Mistborn, you don't have to go through Wheel of Time and look at it and be like, oh, does that make sense? Does that river flow in the right direction? So calm down. Just let me know what you think. Do you actually look at the map that much, or is it something you're like, oh, that's pretty cool, and then just go on to the story? Do you ever refer back to it? Make sure to like, make sure to follow, and happy goddamn reading.